Buying a brand new luxury car is one of the fastest ways to destroy money without realizing it. Someone walks into a dealership, signs for a $100,000 car, and feels like they've won. 5 years later, that same car is worth a fraction of the price. Tens of thousands of dollars didn't disappear. They changed hands. That difference is the opportunity. Depreciation is the largest and most predictable wealth transfer in the automotive world. But here's the catch. Not every discounted luxury car is a smart move. Most of them are financial grenades waiting to explode the second the warranty is gone. That's why this list matters. I've identified 10 specific luxury cars that have fallen more than $50,000 in value, and this is critical. They're actually reliable. These are the rare exceptions worth buying now. We start with one of the best-kept secrets in the entire luxury car market, the Hyundai Equus. This was Hyundai's attempt to go directly after the Mercedes S-Class and the BMW 7 Series, and on paper, they actually succeeded. The problem was the badge. Nobody wanted to spend six figures on a Hyundai, so the car failed spectacularly when it was new. That failure is exactly why it's a steal today. You can now buy an Equus for around $11,000. Take the badges off, and most people will assume it's a German flagship. Under the hood is the real reason this car makes the list. The 5.0-liter naturally aspirated V8, no turbos, no gimmicks, just a reliable, overbuilt engine making over 400 horsepower. Inside, you get reclining rear seats, premium leather everywhere, and even a refrigerator in the center console. Yes, the air suspension will eventually fail. Expect about $500 per corner. But for a V8 luxury limousine that costs less than a used Corolla, that's a trade I'm willing to make. If you want something that looks like it belongs to a CEO or a government motorcade, you buy the Audi A8, specifically the D4 generation. This car was built using an aluminum space frame, which means it's lighter, stronger, and it will never rust like traditional steel bodies. Most people avoid used A8s for one reason, the V8's engines, and they're right to. Those are nightmares. Here's the secret most buyers miss. You don't buy the V8, you buy the 3.0T. This is a supercharged V6, not a turbocharged engine. It's the same motor used in the Audi S4 and has proven itself to be reliable, smooth, and incredibly durable. You still get the flagship design, a massive interior, and Audi's legendary all-wheel drive. There are known issues. The PCV valve and thermostat tend to fail around 80,000 miles, and the repair runs about $1,200. Factor that in, and you're still buying a $90,000 luxury sedan for around $14,000. That's the kind of math that works. Next is a car almost nobody talks about, which makes it even more valuable, the Infiniti Q70L. The L stands for long wheelbase, and that extra length translates directly into rear seat legroom that rivals cars costing twice as much. This car depreciated brutally, not because it's bad, but because the interior design feels old school. Mechanically, it's a tank. The version you want uses the 5.6-liter V8, the same engine found in Nissan trucks and full-size SUVs. It's built to handle abuse. It makes over 400 horsepower and uses a traditional automatic transmission. No CVTs here. The result is a smooth, powerful luxury sedan that drives beautifully and sounds like a muscle car when you push it. You can find these with all-wheel drive for under $15,000. It's one of the most reliable V8 luxury sedans you can buy that isn't a Lexus. This next car is one of the most misunderstood luxury sedans ever built, the Acura RLX Sport Hybrid. Acura completely failed at marketing this car. They made it look boring, and because of that, nobody paid attention. That mistake caused massive depreciation. Underneath the bland exterior is something genuinely special. This car uses the same hybrid all-wheel drive technology found in the Acura NSX supercar. A V6 powers the front wheels, while two independent electric motors drive the rear. The result is torque vectoring that lets this full-size sedan corner like a sports car. It produces 377 horsepower, does 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, and still manages nearly 30 miles per gallon in city driving. When it was new, it stickered close to $60,000. Today, you can find clean examples for under $20,000. Mechanically, it's a Honda. It will run forever. The only downside is parts availability. If you damage body panels, replacements can take time. But from a reliability standpoint, this is one of the smartest luxury buys on the market. If comfort is your top priority and performance comes second, you want the Cadillac XTS. This car replaced the old-school DeVille and DTS, and it was built for one purpose: to float down the highway. It comes standard with magnetic ride control, a suspension system so advanced that even Ferrari uses a version of it. The system reads the road thousands of times per second and adjusts instantly. Under the hood is Cadillac's 3.6-liter V6. It's not exciting, but it's dependable and inexpensive to maintain. This is the kind of car you buy to disappear into the seat and let the miles pass effortlessly. There is one major warning. The infotainment screen is notorious for delaminating in hot climates. When it happens, the screen looks cracked and becomes unresponsive. Replacing it costs about $1,000. If you're shopping for one and the screen doesn't respond properly, that's your negotiation leverage. These cars sold for over $50,000 new and can now be found for a fraction of that. Volvo is known for safety, not speed. But for a short period, they did something completely insane. They hired Yamaha to build them a V8. The result was the Volvo S80 V8, and the engine is an absolute masterpiece. It's compact, smooth, and sounds far more exotic than anyone expects from a Volvo. The car itself is built like a tank, with thick steel, outstanding seats, and standard all-wheel drive. These cars are incredibly cheap today, often under $8,000, because buyers are terrified of European V8s. That fear is mostly misplaced. The engine itself is surprisingly reliable. There is one known issue: the alternator. Because the engine is so tightly packaged, the alternator is buried deep and labor-intensive to replace. It's expensive once, but once it's done, you're left with a 300-horsepower sleeper that's safer and more solid than almost anything else on the road. Buying a cheap used BMW is usually financial suicide, but there is one exception: the 2011 BMW 528i. This is the last year BMW used the legendary N52 inline-six engine. No turbos, no direct injection, no plastic nonsense. Just a smooth, naturally aspirated engine that's widely considered the most reliable BMW made in the modern era. In 2012, BMW ruined it by switching to turbocharged engines. The 2011 model gives you the modern body style with old-school reliability. These sold for over $50,000 new. Today, you can find clean examples for around $9,000. This is the safest BMW buy on the market. Next is a car that failed for one simple reason: nobody wanted sedans anymore. The Lincoln Continental. This car feels far more expensive than it is. The door handles are hidden in the chrome trim. The seats adjust in almost every direction imaginable. Some rare models even have coach doors like a Rolls-Royce. Underneath, it's based on a Ford platform, which means parts are cheap and repairs are simple. These cars stickered near $70,000 when new. Today, they trade around $16,000. That's an 80% value drop for a car that still feels modern and special. Ask any taxi driver in Germany what the best Mercedes ever made is, and many will say the W212 E-Class. Specifically, the facelift models from 2014 to 2016. This was the last time Mercedes built cars without aggressively cutting costs. The version you want uses the naturally aspirated M276 V6. It's smooth, durable, and proven to last hundreds of thousands of miles. Interiors wear like iron, and the doors close with a solid, old-school thud. You can buy a clean E350 today for about $12,000, and it will likely outlast newer models costing 5 times as much. And finally, the king of value: the Lexus LS 460. This was a $90,000 flagship luxury sedan when new. It uses a 4.6-liter V8 that's smooth, quiet, and almost impossible to kill. At highway speeds, the car is nearly silent. You get soft close doors, radar cruise control, and true executive-level comfort. There are known wear items, control arm bushings, and the brake actuator. But even after those repairs, you're still driving one of the most reliable luxury cars ever made. Today, you can find LS 460s for around $12,000. Nothing else delivers this level of luxury for the money.